Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today, well, I'm going to be talking about update 7.4, and this is going to be a replay by Jorge in the background. He had a really excellent game on the space battle mode. So not bad. Just if you want to watch the battle and not listen to me, just go ahead and mute me, I guess. But I am going to be talking about the new updates that are coming in 7.4. Starting off, they have decided to do something about disciplinary actions. Now, everyone, we get, those teammates that are either extremely terrible, meaning they either purposely or accidentally team kill either due to negligence or just because they think it's hilarious. Now there's been also some issues with people just leaving battles. It's not overly common, but it does happen every now and then. So starting off, you will turn pink, and I'm assuming this is just if you do it for the first time. If you go essentially AFK, you leave your keyboard, you don't move, or you leave the battle completely before your ship is even destroyed, also including any potential damage as well. So you will turn pink, and if you continue to do this after you've earned your pink status, and this, to get rid of it, does require multiple battles just like how it used to be, you will eventually turn orange. Orange is probably the worst, and essentially it means you are banned from random battles and you will be shifted over to co-op only, and you have to do at least 8 battles to get back up to pink, and then number of battles to get back up to the white status. So interesting idea. I've seen some complaints on the fact, they're putting it into the co-op neighbors co-op side, and I don't know. I don't know if there's really a co-op community that much, so that's kind of news to me, but I guess there is, and some co-op people are not particularly happy. But anyways, that's kind of interesting idea. I kind of like it, but at the exact same time, there are like times when you do lose connection or the game crashes. And so I don't know entirely how that's going to work out. I'm sure it probably is going to be tweaked later on. Moving on from disciplinary actions, moving on to the matchmaking itself. We've all had battles where you get essentially screwed in the sense of having, say, multiple tier 8s while they have no tier 8s. I've seen this happen multiple times. They fixed this now where within the first 3 minutes of the queuing process, the queue will only move on, the matchmaking will only move on if there is the same type of ships as well as the same tier per each side. After 3 minutes are up, it'll switch back to the previous prior to 7.4 version of matchmaking. So kind of nice. I wish they would do something where like an entire team will have all the radar, or that type of issue. That one thing I do have to say is quite annoying, but I think that's going to be a little bit complicated for it to be actually worked on. Moving on after that, one issue I have definitely noticed while playing World of Warships, and I do play World of Warships a lot, is that minimap, or better yet, rendering of enemy ships, is quite annoying, because sometimes you will see the ship appear on minimap for multiple seconds before any signs of the ship will actually be rendered on the battle itself, so you can actually see the ship and be able to shoot at it. So kind of glad they are fixing it. It's about time, because that is actually quite aggravating. Moving on from that, there are going to be ship changes. Most notably is going to be to the Shimakaze. Shimakaze is going to go from a full build of concealment from 5.9 to 5.59 kilometers, going to make her definitely a lot more stealthier than any of the tier 10s, which is beneficial for her because she can't really deal with any of the tier 10 ships that have much better guns, since she does rely predominantly on her torpedoes. Not saying that Shimikaze has bad guns, they are definitely a lot slower. Admiral Hipper is also getting a buff. Her reload speed is going from 13 seconds to 11.5 seconds, and her rudder shift time on the B and C hull is going from 10.7 seconds to 9.2 seconds, which is going to make her a little bit better. Then the Prince Eugen will get a repair party, which is kind of interesting. So that might bring her back, might make her a little bit more popular. The other most notable ship change is going to be the Midway. Now, I'm not much of a carrier captain. I'm not particularly good at it. The carrier Midway, is going to get a reduction, going to get a fairly major nerf with her hangar capacity. It is going from 136 planes down to 96. That is a dropping of 40 planes, which is potentially going to make her a little bit more in balance with the Akiryu. Once again, I don't play a lot of carriers, so I can't give too much opinion on this. So I do apologize if anyone wants a better opinion, but I don't play carriers all too often. One other thing is going to be torpedoes are going to get a slight buff in their detect from the air. Torpedoes will not be detected as far as they used to be by the air. Now it's been reduced by half, so they are a little bit more stealthy and planes don't spot them as easily as they used to. Don't know how I feel about that. I play both destroyers and other type of ships. So I can kind of understand it is kind of nice having a slight buff to your torpedoes, being a little bit more reliable in the aspect that they won't get spotted as easily. Now, moving on to the next thing, Clan Wars is coming to an end, and then we are going to be moving on to rank. Rank is actually going to be quite a bit different than the previous. In the previous rank battles, it has only been one tier throughout the majority of the rank season. Now is going to be a little bit different. Starting off from rank 11 to 23, you will be in tier 8 ships, and once you get past that, rank 10 through 2 or 2 through 10, you'll be in tier 10 ships. So newer players are going to have a much more difficult time actually playing in rank, which is actually somewhat interesting, but this game has been out for a couple years, so hopefully by that time a lot of players will actually have tier 10 ships. Once you actually make it up to rank 1, it will switch once again down to tier 7. So the idea is to basically prevent being teamed up with lower ranked people, kind of screwing you over due to their possible ill decision. But everyone knows that rank is kind of screwy, and especially higher tier rank, it is very, very slow. It does mean that a lot of people like to camp, and there has been some complaints on it. But at the exact same time, it is going to prove beneficial for those people that are almost always going to lose some battles due to the negligence of other players. So interesting idea. If you have thoughts on it, let's actually chat about it down below. Then moving on from rank, there is going to be addition to the UI. First off, there is going to be a icon, a notification right below where your damage is, telling you your potential spotting damage and spotting damage that has occurred. So you can keep track of that and you are aware of it. So this is going to prove, hopefully, beneficial to a lot of DD players that don't think that's what they should be doing. DD players really should be spotting because they are very good at it. So there are also some slight differences. Comes down to the alteration to the bonuses that your camo and flags do. they do provide additional coloration, so you know what that they are offering benefits, as well as those special captains that have special abilities that is going to be more easily noticed. Moving on to a few more things. New achievements. First off, 2 new achievements. King of the Air is specifically designed for carrier players. If you shoot down 55 planes in a single battle, you gain this achievement. And if you're in a cruiser, destroyer, battleship, if you shoot down 40 planes, you will also achieve the Expert AA Gunner. This will net you 10 November Echo Set 7, which is beneficial. Clear Air is no longer going to be applicable. You will no longer get it. Then last but not least, training room bots are now freaking finally active. It is about time they actually activated it. If you don't remember, in the Aslan WoWs mod, it was very easy to use. You could activate the bots, and very reliable as far as that. So quite a few different stuff coming up in update 7.4. Hopefully this will improve the game. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of issues with this game, but still work in progress. At least they are definitely working on it. Last but not least, as we actually take a look at what Murakamo is doing, he's done a really fantastic job. He's actually earned 5 kills. He is almost at 275,000 bait damage. So he's done a really fantastic job in the Moskva. And my opinion on the space battles, it's nice. It looks nice. Don't get me wrong. But it's not as fun as the bathtub. Like, when that came out, that was fun. Everyone enjoyed the bathtub scenario. It was a lot of fun. Great time playing with the space battles. It's essentially World of Warships in random, which is a reskin on everything. So, I mean, it's a cool concept, just not as good as bathtubs. We should get a vote out to get back the bathtub. That should be like just part of the game, because it's fun. It's a fun time playing with bathtub boats, firing forward facing torpedoes. I loved it. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming up in update 7.4. Some needed, some that are still debatable, some obviously will probably tick off players, but it is what it is, and you just have to live with it. And with that, this battle's essentially almost over with. I believe Murakamo is trying to find the carrier, possibly getting some more damage. Once again, very fantastic battle in the Moskva. I'm not obviously a huge Moskva player. It's just never really was one of a ship that I much cared for. But with that, the carrier is finally spotted, and he should be able to take it out. Now, one issue I think I have with the space battle is the fact that it is much more difficult to aim than just the normal random battles, because the issue with the fact that the water level is more transparent, it does make it a lot more difficult for you to actually aim your shots accordingly to actually get more reliable hits. But that's just my issue with it. So let's see. I think that is actually almost everything I really need to talk about. Oh, I guess there is one more thing I can talk about as we watch Murakamo continue this battle. Is I just started a Twitch channel, and I will add links down below. So if you do want to follow me on Twitch, please do. I will try to stream hopefully 2 times a week. I'll try to create a schedule where it is going to be reliable, so you can watch me at a reliable time. And for the most case, it is probably going to be World of Warships, but I will be changing it up. I will be doing other games that I would like to do more on a stream-based style rather than doing videos. So I will be doing a little bit more with the Twitch channel. Doesn't mean that I will be stopping YouTube. Nope, I will be continuing the YouTube for as long as I enjoy it. So do go ahead, follow me on Twitch, and I will be trying to get a schedule up as quick as possible. So just keep in mind. Alright, so Murakamo is finally capping C. The enemy teams actually did a fairly decent job. They actually did a really good job over at C. And one issue I will have to say right now is the CB player's way out west. Like, it takes so long for his planes to get to target, and then takes them so long to get back to the ship to be reloaded. Obviously, Murakamo does have to be careful. He doesn't have defensive AA. And there are those torpedoes. I will have to say those torpedoes are semi-hard to actually see. It does take them a little bit of time to actually start to render. It looks like he might take one. Here he does. Ooh, okay. Never mind. He actually is saved by the island. And now the helicarrier is finally spotted. He can definitely start pushing out. And defensive AA, or the AA on the Moskva, is fairly decent. But he has taken some HE damage, so he's not doing that good a job. But that should be almost it for the helicarrier. He's being dropped on by the CV, as well as the issue with gunfire from the battleships. So in a moment, this should be done. There we go. Very, very nice. So battle results, as you can see, Jorge did kill 5 ships, did almost 300,000 points of damage, 277. That's nothing to shake a stick at. He was top of the team, and he did a lot of damage against the battleship, the All Destroyer. He did 105,008 points of damage. So really fantastic job on that part. So give high props to Murakamo. But with that, this is actually going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zaijian.